Hello there. My name is Tommy, and I'd like to share with you the things that I love. So one of the things that I really love, in fact, even in my adult years, I still really love it. And it is a toy brand from Fisher Price called Great Adventures. Um, Now, chances are there are people out there who say, "Oh, well, I'm not really sure what you're talking about." But as soon as you look at the picture that's going to be showing up on the screen here and me describing them, you say, "Oh yeah, I had those," because I know a lot of people that certainly had them, especially if you grew up in the early mid '90s. You probably had them. And so yeah, it's a Fisher Price toy, or like a series of Fisher Price toys. And what they pretty much were is they had different themes. So there was like a castle theme, a pirate theme, a western theme. Eventually they got a like Egyptian theme, which I'll kind of go off about that here in just a second. And so and then the thing is none of the figures had eyes. They just didn't include eyes on them. Now, in some of like the books and computer games, like they gave them eyes or like that hide under their hats. But I mean, but that was kind of their trademark look. And I recall that I wanted this toy castle for Christmas. I saw it in a catalog. This was back in the day where the internet wasn't a thing, and so to see the cool new toys, like you had to look in a catalog. In fact, I actually recall going to Toys R Us to look at toys because like I didn't live like super close to one, so going to Toys R Us always was a treat. But anyway, so I wanted this one castle I saw in a catalog, but instead I got this other castle. Now at first, I was kind of upset. It's like, well, heck, I wanted this castle. Now you're saying, gee, Tom, you're kind of a brat, like you still got a castle. But I mean, I would like in my kid mind, I was upset for about 5 seconds maybe. And then I got this other castle, which it had five gold knights and five black knights. Had cannons that shot like these fireballs, and every single person had a weapon. Now I bring that up because as Great Adventures went, a lot of characters didn't have weapons. They had very silly objects. And I don't know if that's because parents got mad because normally when you think of Fisher Price, you think of more kids stuff, and certainly these were kids things. But like these guys, everyone had a weapon on them. Um, and so I had I had that in a couple of the sets, and as things went, the pirate ship set came out, and then the westerns, and then eventually the I just call them Egyptian. I mean, they were like a pyramid kind of set, and I mean, I got so into these that I had my grandma as a kid. I had her write Fisher Price a letter and say, "Hey, look, I got some ideas for some uh, great adventure sets." Some of them were Egyptian stuff. Some of them were Robin Hood. I do remember. I think I put like Greek stuff, but I mean, like that never happened. Um, and then Fisher Price sent me back this letter calling me Master Tommy, which like as like a kid was super cool. And then they said, yeah, well, we'll put into consideration that we'll make a couple of these, and I mean I fully take credit for them coming out with a couple of these sets. Now you could say to yourself, well, gee, Tommy, well, where is your proof with all this stuff? Well, it's over at my parents' house in a box of items that are dear to my parents. So I mean, I do have it, but I mean, well, maybe one day I could post it on here. But anyway, and so now as a adult with the internet, there's a couple of Great Adventure sites that you can find lists of all the different sets, and it turns out that over in like Europe, they make a couple of sets that they didn't make here. There was a Toys R Us exclusive called Fort Dakota. Well, the American version of it, it came with two like cavalry officers and two bandits. Well, the European version of it came with those two cavalry officers and two Native Americans. Which I mean, like I don't know if they made it this way because they didn't want to like offend people, which certainly I guess I can get, but there was a lot of like there were a lot of sets, a lot of Western based sets, and so currently as a adult I go on eBay and I try to find like these other sets now. I mean, I'm currently at the point where I own pretty much everything uh great adventure, maybe save for like I mean like there's a couple of European sets that I mean like it's not that like I don't see them there. I just don't have the money for them at the time because they're a little more expensive. But really, I mean, growing up with these, I mean, I'd write stories. I would imagine all the characters. Like I'd be in the car. Going on long trips and when you're going on long trips, it's a lot of especially on the Oregon coast. If there's a lot of trees. And so I'd be, kind of picturing like these knights fighting in these trees while maybe pirates are coming out from the ocean. Just, typical kid stuff. But even though it is a Fisher Price toy line, oh man, I just absolutely loved it. In fact, even really just talking about it, it kind of gets me um excited. In fact, I hope that one day maybe my kids might enjoy doing stuff with it, aka so I can go back and live my old school days. But really, Fisher Price Great Adventures, they stopped making them, I don't know, 2002, but they're a big part of my childhood, even still a big part of my life now. And it's something that I really love.